the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line.
Surprised you still up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, y'all just played?
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2.
That'd be the
first
best.
Play from scrimmage.
That'd be the
Second
best.
down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
He does
I
that
thought they
too?
were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. To throw, Williams. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 24
101.
after a gain of 4.
Over 100 touchdowns.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Love now. Got his man. That's
I would love to find out.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield.
See exactly where it was going. He will not let me get down there with my
gain. That's now
corner.
30 yards between those last two plays. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing. Love.
Why is he down here in the
lead out to the right? And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. To throw now. Here's Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Jacobs will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's complete. Rome Odunze. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs,
3 niggas right there.
Team,
Nobody else helps
build from the inside out because
when
if
I
you
put a
control
double
the line
team.
of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A pass complete to Odunze. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Looking to throw is Williams. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go. Here's Williams. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they
exactly
hold
where
on 4th down.
Where he was stopping.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. This is 2nd and 8. Love looking to throw it. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
To the air, Williams. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember the offense.
Come on, bro. That shit wide open.
That in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
That shit is wide open.
It's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now Love. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the
playoffs,
even
blocking the guy I was on. That shit.
Such an advantage. The defenses,
yeah, you seen it?
The further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And it's a Packers touchdown from 19 yards away.
Nobody's right there at all.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Throwing is Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. To throw, it's Williams.
Wow,
This will be
almost.
incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. A misconnection there.
Wild.
He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
As soon as I
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
I'm just doing stupid shit, man.
Down the left sideline. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Narbison now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll get nothing out of that one. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this in.
Come on, man. This shit is
and he'll be out of bounds.
it's
just
so
shy of
weird.
the
It's so...
They give him a gain of 37.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Now this aired out deep for Reed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Oh, I didn't.
And the Bears are going to take
Oh, he
over
was
here
on that
at their
side.
own 22-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
Oh, dude.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
66 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Love, they go play action now. Sliding out of the pocket. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Jacobs going to try the middle. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Narvis's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
A little juke. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd and 3. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
From the gun, here's Williams.
And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
To throw, Williams.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
This one nigga just can't stop shit.
Just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
82 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to reel these guys to the championship round next weekend. But these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
2nd and a couple.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. He'll buy some time right. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing,
and oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Now Narbison for the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing after the interception, Williams.
This will be caught downfield by Moore. Down to the 10.
Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 70 yards. And the Bears are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Santos with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
He'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Eluding the pressure right. And Watson has it right side. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game.
Now 2nd and 3.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
125 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Where is he going?
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Love now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear.
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago.
43 yards.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
To the left side, into the hands of Odunze.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back and blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Escaping the pressure right. Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Jacobs from the gun.
Nobody in my team gets
a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2nd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Play fake. Here's Love.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee.